Our next guest first began living and breathing Amazon in 2015. The rapid growth and success of his business required that he outsource certain daily operations to an assistant. Now, this evolved into an incredibly successful VA company called VAA Philippines. While most VA companies were focusing on Amazon, he had the foresight to train all of his employees on Walmart Marketplace. Please welcome to the eCom Power Summit, my friend Gilad Freimann.
All right, so thank you very much for having me, for inviting me to the eCom Power Summit. My name is Gilad. I'm the founder and the CEO of VAA Philippines. We recruit and train virtual assistants from the Philippines specifically for Walmart and Amazon. And in this session, we're going to be focusing specifically about using Walmart-trained VAs to kickstart your Walmart business. So we're going to talk a lot about Walmart, obviously, but we're going to talk about also a lot about VAs and understanding how you should use them better in order to grow your business. Now, because of the nature of our activity, we work a lot with high-level sellers, 8-figure sellers, sometimes 9-figure sellers, agencies, aggregators that are using our VAs, and we can see a pattern in which we see that the ones that grow faster than the others, they are the ones that know how to use their VAs, that know that they need to use VAs from the beginning. And this is more what we're going to talk about here. I'm going to start with a question that I'm sometimes asked by usually new sellers. And the question goes like this. I mean, why do I need a VA? I'm currently doing everything myself and it works just fine, right? So this is something that we should talk about, because the entire understanding of you doing everything yourself is wrong from the very beginning. It's something that we'd never see in a situation that is not online, because if you opened your own shoe store or restaurant or whatever it is that it's actually physical, you would never think that you could do everything yourself, being the waiters, the owner, the manager, the bartender, and so on in your business. You would invest tons of money into renting a place, hiring staff, renovating, and everything like that. And yet, sometimes when we go online and we go to e-commerce, then suddenly we think that just because it's in front of us, then we can do everything ourselves. But the fact is that you're creating a lot of damage to your own business when you decide to do everything yourself. There's even a name for it. The name for it is actually the Superman syndrome. Okay, so it works like this. I mean, this is you in the beginning of your business on Amazon or Walmart, and you're fit, you're ready to go, you're motivated, you're doing everything yourself because you want it to succeed. So you're the one to choose your own products, and you're the one to find the right supplier and to ship it to Walmart, and to work on it and to do the customer service yourself. And you're the one to do your PPC for your Walmart business, and also maybe posting on Facebook and so on. The problem starts usually in the end of the first year, or maybe even the second year, when your business starts to grow. Okay, and then suddenly you see that you can no longer do everything yourself. I mean, you don't have enough time for this. So you're trying to do everything, but instead of doing your PPC every day, for example, you start to do it every week, and then every month, and then suddenly you think, okay, you know what, I'm just, if it works, I'm just going to leave it like that. And you don't know how much money you're losing by deciding that way. And you're the one to respond to every customer message and so on. But eventually there is one, and then there is 10, and there is 50 messages, and you cannot keep up. And that makes actually two problems. One is that you start to neglect. So like I said, instead of doing your PPC once in a week, you're doing it once in a month. Instead of going over your listings on Walmart every day, checking your score, then you're doing it every month. And then if there is a change, you will notice it very late. And the second thing is that you start to become tired, because this is not what you signed up for, right? You wanted to be your entrepreneur of your own business. You wanted to create things that are you and that are yours, and focus on the high level tasks. And then eventually you're doing like customer support, you're doing shipment plans, you're doing inventory management, you're checking the scores, you're doing spec files and so on. So you're wasting all your time, and not, this is not what you wanted. And from this Superman, what we see after the first or the second year is that you become this Superman. All right, that usually these type of Supermen on the right side that you see are the ones that stop selling on Walmart, and then they just give up. They say, you know what, Walmart is not working, or Amazon is not working, or it's not for me, and then it's not working, it's not picking up, and so on. And that's a huge mistake. And this is what we're going to talk about in this session: understanding how you could delegate tasks to other people and still be the Superman on the left side, right? So in order to understand that, you have to understand how much your time actually worth. Because if you're doing everything yourself and you think that it's just a matter of availability, that you're available to do things, it means that you do not really consider the value of your time. Okay, so if you want to go into understanding the value of your time, the first thing you have to do is to understand the definition of the value of your time. So it just says, like, you just go on Google, divide your total earnings by the hours you spent to earn it. That's your time's value. Okay, so let's do it very simple. Let's do an example here. And I chose my own story. This is from Amazon Seller Central, actually not from Walmart, but it's from, you can see here, it's from 2016. It's when I started selling on Amazon, and it was the first time that I reached 50K a month. And I was so proud of it, so I kept this screenshot, so I wanted to share it with you today. But it's the same, obviously, for Walmart or for any other platform. And so that's the earnings per month. Now, obviously, we know that this is not the actual profit. So let's just, for the example, take 25% of it. All right. So 25%, maybe yours profits is 30%, maybe yours is 10%. But for the example, let's say an average of 25%. That's your actual profit, which leaves us with about 12K, 12.5K a month. Okay. Now, how does it connect to the time that it takes me to do it? So let's do it like this. If I'm going to take an example here, that I used to work at that time approximately like 6 hours per day, right? So it could be like 4 hours actually sitting in front of the computer, plus 1 hour in the evening chatting with my supplier on Alibaba, plus 1 hour here and there. So a total of 6 hours per day on average, which leaves us at 132 hours per month. Okay, so let's just divide 12K by 132 hours, which leaves us to about $95 an hour. That's the worth of my time per hour when doing 50K a month. All right. So you can take it and calculate what's your time worth, but that's actually the best way to really understand what your time is worth and what you're spending $95 an hour for. So what is it that you do that you pay yourself $95 an hour for? And let's go by the list. All right. Probably you're doing your case management, right? You're doing customer service on Walmart. You're doing the shipment plans, the order processing, the listing issues, Walmart analytics, obviously, inbox management. It could be keyword research, keyword tracking, downloading reports, and doing profit calculations, creating campaigns, bid adjustments, product or supplier sourcing, social media influences, maintaining listing quality, and obviously it continues, because these are the things that we do on a regular basis. Look at these things. These are the things that you're probably doing almost every day or every couple of days yourself: listing optimization, reimbursements, graphic designings, Walmart spec sheets, and so on. So the best way to understand if these things that you're doing on a regular basis actually worth $95 an hour, the best way to do it is to think as if you were not the owner of the company. Let's say it was a different company, and that company would hire you to do these tasks. Okay, would they rather pay you $95 an hour to do these tasks, or would they pay, for example, a VA to do it for $5 an hour, right? Because if you look at these things, and everything that you see here, all the list of things are things that are done by VAs on a regular basis by every big company or every big seller, right? Because they could pay $5 an hour for somebody to do their case management or their customer service instead of $95 an hour. So they save their company a lot of money. How much money do they save by delegating these tasks to a VA for $5 an hour? Let's do a regular calculation, all right? So we said that you pay yourself $95 an hour, but the company could pay a VA to do it for $5 an hour, which means that every hour that you're doing these tasks yourself, you're losing $90 an hour, all right? Now, how many hours we're talking about? We talked about 132 hours a month that I used to work when doing the things. Let's say that just half of it, not all of it, even though everything there could be done by VA, but let's say that's just half of it. So you decide to focus on half of the things, but the other half give to a VA. So 66 hours are saved, by giving to a VA, which means that 66 hours multiplied by $90 that you're losing for every hour, which means that brings it to $5,940 that you lose each and every month by deciding to do things yourself. Now, I know the reaction you're going to say, probably, Gilad, we know our balance, we know our account, we do not see any withdrawal or a loss of $6,000 every month over there, but that's not the way business goes. Business is done by understanding the value of your money, because every hour that you're doing things yourself that worth $5 an hour, okay, you're preventing your business from doing things that worth $95 an hour or $1,000 an hour or $10,000 an hour, because you're just not available to do them. So your business cannot grow to these levels when you're focusing yourself on the lower level tasks. Okay, so that's actually the worth of your losses every month. All right, now let's go back to the beginning, to our title, talking about using Walmart trained VAs to kickstart your Walmart business. And we're going to focus here about 3 types of VAs that I think that each and every Walmart business should have in order to grow faster on Walmart. And the first probably VA is why you should hire. The first reason is why you should hire a Walmart trained VA to focus on the everyday activity inside of Walmart. The second topic that we're going to talk about is why you should hire a social media VA to do everything from outside of Walmart in order to draw people back into Walmart. And the third topic we're going to talk about is why you should hire a Walmart PPC VA, to run your ads and attract more and more people inside of Walmart to your listings. Okay, so let's start with the first one: why you should hire a Walmart trained VAs. Now, a Walmart VA task, I'm just going to mention a few here, not a lot. Okay, obviously, if you're doing all these things yourself, doing all the Walmart listing optimization, doing the keyword research, the spec sheets, maintaining the listing quality each and every day, checking your order processing and shipping and refunds and case management on Walmart, and all of these things, obviously, we talked about that you should never do yourself. You should delegate to a VA, because these tasks are definitely done and should be done by VAs. But let's focus on something else here. Let's talk about doing great customer support by using a VA. Okay, so that's a very good task for VA outside of the obvious things that I mentioned on the left and many others. But if we're going to talk about doing a very good customer support, then I'm going to talk about here about using customer service QR code. Obviously, that you could add to your package an instant card, and many do. The problem is that a lot of times you either do not put any QR code at all, then you just say thank you, and you mention your website and your page and Facebook and Instagram and so on. But if you check, I don't know if you ever check this, but if you check how many people actually went to your website or to your Facebook and without a QR code, then you see that you're talking about 0% or maybe 1% of all the customers that are using. What you should do is you should have a very, very good reason why people should scan your code. That's fast and will bring them directly to what you want them to, where you want them to go. So it could be like a warranty. It could be like you have a complaint, win a prize. All right, give them a reason to contact you when they have a problem, instead of leaving a negative review or just returning the product. Give them a reason. Okay, download our PDF with 10 more with the full instructions, with an animation instructions and so on. Give them reasons to use the QR code. All right. Once they did, then instead of converting them to your regular website, what you should do, because over there they will be lost. They would not know what they need to do, and they get confused, and then they will probably get out of your website. So what you should do is you should divert them to a dedicated landing page, something like this, that first of all, you can see over there that you can add on products. This is just an example here. Give them more ideas of why they should buy more from you. And in addition to that, look on the upper part of the page. You can see here that you give them an option to submit a ticket if they have a problem, if they have a question. They submit it here, not through Walmart. Okay, so now you're in direct contact with them, and your VA is going to be on top of it. All right, so your VA, that's a very typical task for a VA. Instead of waiting for somebody to write something on Walmart on the messaging over there, or just returning a product or leaving a negative review, here you lead them before they even have a complaint or before they even thought about going back into Walmart, directly with the QR code to submit a ticket directly to you, or with a live chat. On a live chat, what it actually does, it brings you to, you can decide exactly the hours that you want your VA to do it. So you choose the time of the chat, and your VA is going to be on the other side and managing and chatting with that person and asking them, okay, what's your phone number? Can I call you? What's your email address? Can I send you an email directly? And so on. So first of all, you create a much bigger email list that way, or even phone list that way, and you get directly to do a good customer service with your customers. Okay, so how this is done actually, and that's my first tip for today. Start to use onsite. Okay, that's the website. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. It's just a very good software, very good company, Onsite Support.io. And over there, you can see, first of all, everything that I said, that I showed before this one, is a part of what they do. They create for you these landing pages directly from the QR code that they would even create for you, but they would divert people to their landing page, and then you would have the live chat and the option to submit a ticket. And from there, that's actually the other side of where your VA is actually sitting, and they will be able to create chats, answer tickets. And what it actually does, it's connected to your Walmart account, and it takes all the information from there. So when somebody message you and create a ticket, you will see immediately their order ID, what they ordered. You could refund them directly from onsite. You could concentrate all your messaging from Walmart itself, from your emails, from your website, from Facebook, everything directly there. And you should put your VA on top of it to manage all your customer support. So it's very easy, and it's definitely my first tip to you. Now, that was just to talk about a glimpse of what a Walmart trained VA could help you with. We talked about their endless amount of things, but you can even hire a VA in the beginning for like 3 hours a day just to focus on the most crucial things and to take off things that you're doing it yourself at the moment, right? The second thing we're going to talk about is why you should hire a social media VA, right? Now, social media VA is something that is very important for when you already have a brand that you want to start creating brand awareness for. And obviously, if we're going to talk about social media VAs these days, we're going to talk about AI. And before explaining about AI, I just want to understand and I just want to give an example of what I think AI means for social media. All right. So the reason that the example that I give all the time is about mountain e-biking. All right. Now, this is something that I love. I love mountain biking. And about 5 years ago, I started to see mountain e-bikes. And I thought, what the hell? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, the entire fun is the adrenaline, the fact that you're sweating and it takes you all the time to go, and you're so happy that you reach the top when you're like you have no more power and so on. And then suddenly here you see a good example of somebody just passing you on the mountain without, they do not sweat at all. And what's the fun in that? But if you go today, this was 5 years ago, but if you go today to a regular mountain bike shop, then you would see that 95% of the bikes over there are e-bikes. So what happened? People started to understand that it doesn't mean that you'll have to not do anything like the picture over here. It actually means that you could still sweat, and you can still get to the end of your capabilities by the end of the day. But instead of getting there and doing 30 kilometers per day, you could do 80 kilometers per day. Okay, and you would still need your techniques, you would still need your power, you would still need your strength and so on, but you would do 80 kilometers instead of 30 kilometers. So think about all the things that you could see and do and experience in 80 kilometers instead of 30 kilometers each and every day. All right, so that's exactly what AI is doing for us. Okay, AI is there to get you to 80 kilometers per day instead of 30 kilometers per day with e-bikes. Okay, that's exactly the understanding. And obviously, we're going to talk about social media tasks with AI. I'm talking about full brand awareness, no longer like one post a week with Facebook if you have the time, or using Instagram once a month and so on when you're available. Now you have a dedicated person, a dedicated social media VA to create content for you using ChatGPT, using AI, and creating full brand awareness, being everywhere all the time. That's exactly where AI is taking people to. And if you're not going to do this yourself, you're going to see all your competitors in about a year from now doing exactly that. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about ChatGPT. Let's talk about creating content on Facebook, for example. And that's the second tip. Start using ChatGPT with your social media VA. And that's just an example. I wrote on ChatGPT, I sell on Walmart camping equipment for families. I want to create a Facebook post that appeals to nature-loving families. Can you help me craft content and images that showcase the quality of my camping hammock? Okay, and obviously ChatGPT will give you the answer. Now, again, I know what you're saying. It's you cannot use that. It's the same for everyone and so on. But this is why your VA is there, and this is why you have a dedicated social media VA who's creative enough, who has great English, who's capable of writing a story. But instead of them having to go over and think about all the text and how to create this content, they could use it so much. They can do it so fast using AI and using ChatGPT, because all they need to do now is to start tweaking. But getting ideas with ChatGPT is 10 times faster. Creating the content and then tweaking it, it's 10 times faster compared to just doing everything yourself. Even the idea for the images here, you can see that the ChatGPT is giving you for Facebook. And it doesn't end on Facebook. I mean, you can do exactly the same on Instagram, right? Same thing, you post and then gives you the idea, the caption and the content, the caption and the content. Very easy. Same thing with Pinterest. I sell on Walmart camping equipment. I want to create a Pinterest post, all right? Same thing, here I go. You have the idea for it, the image, the text, everything is done for you. Now your VA needs to tweak it, need to make it unique. You need to make it something that appeals to your specific niche and audience, but starts from using the ideas of ChatGPT, the information given by ChatGPT. You will save tons of time and money, obviously, with paying your VA, and you would get everywhere. You could do Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, everywhere. You can be using ChatGPT and using a social media VA. And even with images, even though ChatGPT does not create for you images yet, but okay, I give an example here. I want to craft a drawing of a man lying on a camping hammock in a camping area, enjoying life, right? And what I did is I used a special insert inside of ChatGPT called Photorealistic. Okay, it's a plugin, and what it does, it takes whatever I wrote over there, which was pretty much like a sentence, and took it to an actual much more detailed information. Look at this, like capture a serene scene of a man lying on a camping hammock in a camping area, basking in the joy of life, and so on. Look, it tells you exactly how it should look like. And all I did was to write this: craft a drawing of a man lying on a camping hammock in a camping area, enjoying life. Now, you take this information, you take this content, this text from Photorealistic, and you bring it back into Midjourney. And over there, immediately Midjourney will create for you the drawing that I wanted. And look, if you're not happy, you can just refresh it, and it gives you 4 more and 4 more, and it goes forever. So you can use that, and it looks good. It looks good. You can use it. I give an example here for drawing because I thought it's more unique. So I give an example. You can see here one with the shoes, one with the sandals, one with the laptop next to it, and so on. You can tweak it and make it unique exactly to your needs. But if you want it to be like an actual human being, remember the guy from the beginning, right? That's AI. That's Midjourney, right? So use Midjourney. Use that with your social media VA to create endless content all the time. You need to be everywhere. You need to send people back to your Walmart listing. You need to have social media presence, all right? That's the second example. And the third example I'm going to talk about is why you should hire a Walmart PPC VA, right? And for that, obviously, we're going to talk about PPC VA task, and that's managing off your PPC. Enough of you doing everything yourself on PPC. I know that a lot of you are doing yourself your PPC because it's your own money and this is where you want to be involved. It doesn't mean that you have to do your PPC yourself, okay? You have to manage the person that is doing your PPC, right? And that's why we have Walmart Connect. And I'm going to give an example here of why a PPC trained VA could do so much more than you when you have a dedicated person working every day, like 3 hours a day on your listings, on your products. on Walmart. Okay, and the example here is from Helium 10, but it could be because they actually contacted us and we did it together with them. We did a case study. It's called Leveraging VAs to Manage Amazon PPC. Case study, you can even find it on their website, on their blogs. But obviously, that's an example for Amazon. It could be the same for Walmart, and could be with any other tool like PackView, which are really good with Walmart, or Perpetua. They're also very good. So what we did here in this example, okay, Helium 10 connected us to a seller that was using their Helium 10 PPC tool, which is called Atomic. And they gave they connected us with a seller that was using the tool, and it was a big seller, and this is how the seller's account, you can see here they created specific ads, the specific group only for Helium 10, and you can see that was the status of that account before the VA stepped in. All right, you can see a spending of about $19,000 per month. And you can see the sales of $62,000 with an ACOS of about 30, almost 31%. Okay, that was before the VA stepped in. Now the VA stepped in, and during 30 days started to manage the PPC of that account by himself, right? And doing everything. You can see that it says here Helium 10, so it's just these dedicated campaigns. But the person used to start doing it by himself, and 30 days after, that was the situation. The situation was that the spending stayed pretty much the same, $19,000, but the sales, they went up to 75,000. Okay, all right, and the ACOS went down to 26.5%. So instead of 30%, it went down to 26.5. This is only in 1 month of having somebody else. So not only you're freeing yourself up from not doing your PPC, staying every day and doing your PPC yourself, but now you have a dedicated person that is trained on PPC, that is doing a PPC for you, getting better results than you did, and actually saving their own worth that you're paying them, right? So it's crazy, and that's obviously my third tip to you. Start using PPC VAs on Walmart, because this is the time, right? There's not a lot of competition now on Walmart. Those that know how to do PPC and that do PPC, then they're the ones to succeed, because it's like where Amazon was in 2015, all right, or 16. You have the chance now to go and beat your competitors, because there's not a lot of competitors yet that know how to do PPC on Walmart. So start using PPC trained VAs to sit every day in front of the dashboard and work on your PPC. All right, so that was the third tip to you. A little bit about us. VA Philippines, we are specialized in matching Amazon and Walmart sellers with skilled and dedicated virtual assistant in the Philippines. We have a recruitment process that takes almost 2 months. We find the best VAs out there with the base capabilities. We train them a very comprehensive training on Walmart, and we have a smooth integration support to you as sellers. And we continue to train them all the time, because Walmart, as Amazon, is always changing. There are always new features, and the VAs, they need to know always what's working now, today on Walmart. And this is exactly what we're doing. We continue to train our VAs all year long. So which VAs do we have? Which VAs do you need? We have Amazon and Walmart trained VAs to do everything that I mentioned in the first part. We have PPC trained VAs to do everything I mentioned on the last part. We have social media trained VAs to do everything about the presence and social media presence and branding. In addition to that, we also have executive assistants, VAs, and even graphic designers and video editors. Now, we have a community of more than 500 VAs in the Philippines. We've been connecting Amazon and Walmart sellers with VAs for the last 6 years now. So we got very experienced in that. And if you want to contact us, you could either go on our website, vaphilippines.com, or just write to us on service@vaphilippines. Or if you scan this QR code, then what you'll see is that you'll get 20% off your one-time fee. And if you purchased the all access pass, then obviously you get much more than that. So use the scan, use the QR code, scan it in order to start a conversation with one of our managers, and ask for the 20% off that you'll receive from your one-time payment. So thank you very much for being here with me and listening to this. And I'll be happy to talk to you later on with any questions that you have. Thank you.